Alright, so this is going to be an herb-focused run. In total, there's going to be 4 packs of crocodiles. See, you can actually check at the edge of here to see if there's going to be this little guy that spawns. Actually, I'll just show you. I'm going to show you all the different spawns that you can walk to. There's just a little bit of uniqueness to each one. So notice I'm going around and then up. The herb is right here. You can actually walk all the way up and not aggro these guys because they're in a line of sight. If I were just to walk left right now, I'd be dead. Obviously, I don't want to walk too far down there either, but this is the route you want to take so that you can avoid it. But as I was saying, there's 4 crocodile packs, of course the tiger packs that are mandatory, and then a bunch of different herb spots that I'm going to show you. I should probably turn herbing on. Now I need to go look again. Nope, it wasn't there. You would think I would have seen it, and in most other areas you will see it, but inside here it is so difficult to actually see the herbs. And you don't need to blink there. I'm just trying to get to the edge, or to the end here as quickly as possible. Staying on the bottom right hand side as I go all the way through. But yeah, there's going to be so many different herbs that you can be right on top of them and just not see them at all. Just because everything looks like plants in here. So it's going to be rough. Alright, so just going to walk right up here. Checking to see on my map if there's anything here, which there's not. If there is, there's a little trick to this. So see this little corner, and then this other corner of the tree. You're going to want to stand on this corner of the tree, point your camera in this direction right here, and once you get to about this point, you will blink, and then you will walk up and go right behind this rock so that you are line of sighting the mob right here. So you need to be able to get to right here and then use this rock as line of sight, and you can inch your way forward to get the plant that's like super close to the skull, but you can get away with it if you use that rock. Alright, just popping slow fall, mounting up. And you don't need to jump there. In fact, it's actually a bad idea to jump because you can kind of overshoot it at weird angles. But for this jump, this is the more important one. You want to make sure to stay to the right of that big rock, but also not too close to there, because 1, you can demount, and 2, if there's the bird pat, or like the thunderbird pat, whatever it is, then you can aggro it too if you're too close to this little building. Alright, so these crocs pull on each other. You can see they're a little separated, so I just kind of stutter step as I'm going around. I'll do 1 full cycle, then I'll Frost Nova. Alright, so here's good. And then I always wait till 4 seconds until I start my Flame Strike. And I try to stay as close as I can and turn as much as I can to keep them in my Flame Strike for as long as possible. You'll notice that I actually have a rank 1 Cone of Cold. I use it every time that they are not frozen. So right now I'm doing max rank, of course. But to conserve mana, I like doing rank 1 Cone of Cold. You'll probably notice that I won't need to conserve mana because my gear is decent and I'm not getting unlucky with resists. But you can get really unlucky with these, and I like to just have the reserves to either blink away or to, I don't know, do something else to save my ass. So hopefully it actually does resist at one point. Here we go. There's 1 resist. Blink. Frost Nova. If they resisted again, I would Cold Snap and then Frost Nova. No need in this case. And I'm not going to Cold Snap for this guy. It's okay to let them hit you. It's when they do their, it's not a daze, but it's, you move as slow as a daze. It's like a poison type thing. And if that happens, you'll need to use a lip. There's low chance of survival if you don't use a lip there. Alright, let's see. Oh, good. So these are padding away, which means I'm going to have just enough time to pull the next pack without using Evocate. So what these guys do is they pat, so X pats all the way to here, then turns around, and then they go over a little, and then they come back. So right now I'm just going to be trying to give enough room from this line as I pass these berserkers so that I don't aggro them. Because if I were to be on the line or like even just any closer to this line, you're going to aggro these, and if you aggro the berserkers, it's instant death. There's no survival. You just got to gray screen walk that back. There's no way around it. Oh, while I'm here, here's the gear. It's way more than you actually need. And this. And there we go. Okay, that was retarded. Wrong button. Alright, should be fine though. This should be up when I need it. I'm actually going to mark this guy. Just so that when he's, I can see when he aggroes, as well as when I get to this point I can see him from beyond the rock. So I can get my shit ready. This is just a rank 1 blizzard. Okay. Of course, wait until 4 seconds until I start my flame strike. And then just back to the rotation. Alright, if you didn't notice, I do have the 5 set bonus for tier 2. So, oh, hold on a second. So, my flame strike is going to be a little bit wider than if you don't have it, but it's not that big of a deal. It just speeds up the runs a little bit, so it's nice to have. Alright, so this is the pack that's optional. You don't have to do this one. And in fact, I usually skip it when this pat is in an awkward spot, but it just lined up nicely, so I wanted to take advantage of that. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of different herbs on the map that you can't get, but I'm going to show you every spot that I look for and how to get it if it does actually spawn. Alright, so one thing to note here is you actually can't get up if you go from the side. So I'm surprised this thing didn't aggro. There, so pretend it's aggroing. Don't panic and go like, ah, God, I can't get up. Go to the front. That's how you get up. and it just evades there. But now I'm going to be looking for the next bird pack. Oh yeah, there's a little slide spot there. That's annoying, but it's whatever. I don't see it. So I think I could just jump straight up. And you have to be jumping at, like, from right to left here, because otherwise, you see that little stutter? It, like, clips, but it doesn't keep you on top. But if you go this way, oh, okay, or don't work. There we go. Oh yeah, I was being dumb and moving forward, then jumping. You're supposed to jump, then move forward. And I did not leave myself, or I showed you that, so I didn't time it quite right. So we're just going to wait for this guy to go to about here, and then I'll jump up and we'll move right along. We'll get to the good stuff, which is the herbs. Yeah, because the bijous are just tanking in price right now, so there's no need to be doing extra croc packs. Okay. Should be good here. And I like jumping on the left side here, because if you jump on the right and you jump a little too far out, there's a crocodile that's right here sometimes, and there he is, that you can aggro, and then you're just kind of screwed. Actually, you're not screwed. You could just run back to where we were and then jump back up. Because if you're on top of this platform, the crocodiles evade. So now I'm looking for a berserker. I'm also watching out for snakes that are sometimes here, and they pat this way. Where are they? Oh yeah, they're right here. But where's that berserker? That's the one I'm worried about. Aha, here he is. Alright, so I can chill here till he walks by. I just need a little bit of room. Like, I can almost squeeze by this guy, yeah, on this path, but I have to wait for him to come out a little bit. And that's how much room you'll need. See, like, if he was right here, I could be right here and be fine. But if I was right here, I would be screwed. So that's the distance you need. Alright, looks like we got a couple different things. That's good. Bloodvine opportunities. Alright, we're going to wait for him to come back into pack. There's 3 different aggros. There's these right tigers, the center tiger, so right, center, left, that I block. And I have a lip aggro that basically gets me at an ice block, starts my lip right away. I'll show you that in a second. Alright, the reason I bring them so far to the back like that is because you can see these cubs. Actually, they got demolished. But there's cubs here that they start to flee like humanoids. And what they'll do is they'll flee to the other packs, like these guys, and they'll aggro, and you're screwed. So you have to make sure to blow them up as quickly as possible. So I like to pull them all the way to this back right. That way they have the most distance to run before they get to other packs. Alright, in the back of my mind I am looking for this other berserker. He didn't show up. As long as you stay in the path that I've been doing right now, you won't ever aggro them. But you can get a little too far out and you'll aggro one of them that that gets a little close. They move so slow that like one full cycle is like 3 minutes for them. It's crazy. So it's almost like rolling the dice. You don't look. All right, so at this point, if you feel like, oh wait, I gotta loot. See, look at this. I could stand on top of where it is, and I can't even visibly see it. Where is the plant? I don't know. Aha, see? But you didn't even see it. And a way to avoid it too, if you like straight up can't find it, is you can just zoom right in. And that's the only way that you'll actually be able to see it on your minimap or visually. So good thing to do. It's also a nice little check if you feel like logging out at this point, because it has been 15 minutes. I always like to zoom in at the last second, like right before I'm logging out, just in case I didn't see it. And I like to do a little wall jump here to get to this next area. There is a way to go around. So you can follow this path, and then it turns left and it comes back in. But the berserkers sometimes go in. You have to wait like a minute in order to actually get inside. So I just like to wall jump. That way you don't have to wait. There's this little corner, as you can kind of see. So I like to get right where the corner is, back up an inch, mount up. Then you can do this angle, doesn't really matter. You just run jump. And sometimes you clip it at the low end, so you have to like jump move. But actually, I didn't think I had to at that point. Alright, so we have the dream foil. There's two different spawns here. There's the dream foil and the sungrass. So the dream foil is the easier of the two to get. You always want to get this one. And you also want to always move to the right here. That way you can actually see. Otherwise, that's your camera. You're like, okay, thanks, game. So we have skull that moves slowly back and forth. We have these guys that move quickly from here in this little L shape. And then for the sungrass that isn't actually here, I'll tell you what you need to consider with these guys. So right now these are moving to the right, these are moving to the left. This is the perfect opportunity for me to walk in, loot it up. Yeah, it's these guys you gotta worry about. But not really. This is the easier of the two packs. And let's say you get both. Let's say you get the dream foil and the sungrass. If you were to go from where I just picked this and immediately start running over, you would aggro skull. See, right now you'll see skull is actually moving a little bit to the right. You see him moving to the right there? That's moving away from the wall, which means you have more room to run on the wall. But they get closer to the wall as they get to this end. And so usually I just chill like right here. I think I can actually be here and it's fine. So I'm just going to keep a close eye on this guy. So probably just stay on the wall. Wait for him to come back. But this sungrass is a lot trickier than the dream foil. If you want to skip it, it's not a bad idea. It can save a little bit of frustration. But in case you do want it, because you're super greedy and you want to min-max, you just have to go right here. Wait for them to be on that side, so they're safe right now. These guys need to be on that half of their circle. So like you'd go in now, loot, 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 loot. And as soon as this guy gets to about here, you got to run. Ah. Yeah, so that was close. If I waited another second, I would probably be dead. But yeah, that's the run. I don't think did I show skills? If I didn't, it's that. It's that. And there you go. This can definitely be cut down to about 15 minutes. You don't have to do that croc pack, that second one. And yeah, you can just rewind if you want to listen to that again. So, all right, that's it. I'm just going to log out here. You switch over to your other character on the same account or different if you are a big spender. But I am not. So I just log out and reset on this guy after 2 minutes. The leader switches over. So that is all.